Any discussion?
The only thing I'll say is that that applies for 1,000 square feet or larger improvements, 1,000 square feet of new construction on a waterway. Is going to be at a cost of at least $250 a foot. It's got to be. You know, you're the appraiser, but it's going to be somewhere in there. And you're talking about a $250,000 improvement or greater on a piece of property, and the green card costs are $5 to $6 depending on how you send it per green card. We're talking about sending a total of between 2 and 4. So the cost is going to be about $25 or $30 on a $250,000 or more construction project. The thought that might derail anyone from wanting to do an improvement, I can't fathom that. So I'm strongly in favor of the notice.
That's a good point. Why did you put 250,000 as opposed to 400,000?
Well, the CAM is 1,000. The regulation says it's 1,000 square feet of the existing regulation. So 1,000 square feet.
It costs like 250 to 400 to build a square foot.
Whatever it's going to be to build a waterfront house, it's at least $250 a foot. So you're not talking about somebody who says, I'm struggling for cash, I want to just put $3,000.
Renovating the den and adding like a 10.
Got to be 1,000 feet, or it doesn't apply to them.
Yeah.
So this is a big addition. This is not a little project we're talking about.
Okay, I just think that this notification is a chip at private property rights. That it is by requiring the homeowner to have to do this, then the next thing that we're going to have to be asking about is public hearings on private residences, which I think is totally inappropriate. First, this is just a single-family home.
But Joe, where's all your support for this point? Who's written in saying they feel that is detrimental? Where's your support to make that statement? You represent the city of Norwalk. I don't hear any of those people here sitting here speaking that they think it's a ban on their property rights.
People that are even here that don't even know this is happening until about notifying people.
That's your point.
Or you feel Harvard, the people in Harvard View, people in Bell Island, people that live in waterfront, that know what's happening, and they object to this. They have to do this extra step.
Well, why aren't they here to speak to the objection?
I don't know.
Harborview were alerted of this.
Yeah.
All the neighborhood were.
And the letters I read, 9/10 of them were from our residents, so we're protecting this one area of town, supposedly. And what about the rest of the town? All right? So this is a related amendment. It's not a Norwalk amendment.
I don't believe Wilson Point was here. There was someone from East Norwalk here. Okay, maybe Harborview wasn't here, but they were notified.
Harborview is right here.
Oh, right here. You have Harborview right there.
Wilson Point's here.
Wilson Point's here.
Alden Hell is here. Okay, any further discussion?
Yes, I just want to add that I agree wholeheartedly that
With me?
it's with you. Joe, when you say something sensible, I definitely agree with you. But I don't put this in that realm right now. What I'm saying is that
That's your opinion.
that's correct, and that's what I'm giving right now. It's my opinion. And what I'm saying is that what Adam said makes a lot of sense. Someone can spend $40, $50, and they're building a home that's worth well over $250,000. It's a great idea, and not only that, the people believe it. So that's why they're here, and I don't see any reason to.
Joe, I'll say the only other thing I'll say is that if we don't pass this amendment, I will represent that I will vote in every single CAM application that comes in front of us for a public hearing, which will then give that notice. And I think if you have your way, the rest of the would be spend the money, get the notice out, and not be required to have public hearings all the time on these. You may have the votes on any given night, but
Why would you do that, Adam? That would be silly.
Well, because I want people to get notice. That's the whole point. I want them to get notice. So if we can't do it this way, then I'm going to say let's have a public hearing.
Any further discussion? All right.
So Adam, you're saying if this does not pass tonight, for any time where a single residence comes up,
My vote will be to have a public hearing so that they'll be afforded that notice.
okay.
That's all.
And
I
put
mean,
all that extra burden on the homeowners.
I prefer not to. My choice is to do the notice. That's my very strong
That's a
choice.
huge burden. I mean, what you're saying is it's a huge burden on
On a
new
homeowner.
homeowners. potentially.
I get that.
And we all know my opinion, I believe in the public hearing, so
Which
I've been
is a
willing.
huge burden on.
But I've been
homeowners.
I have been
The-
willing to go with these green cards.
The green
yet
cards, well, you're not actually, because you still call for public hearings, right?
I still call for the public hearing.
So the
Yeah,
green card
before we
doesn't
have a
actually.
public
No,
hearing,
no, I want to hear
What
what were you going to say?
Right.
What were you going to say? You got cut off.
No, I think that, threatening a huge burden, which is a public hearing for a single-family home, when there's no outcry from the public, which is what we do. You have neighbors come out and say, we want a public hearing, we usually grant that. As far as my history here on this commission, that's what we do.
Right, but the problem is that we don't know, that
That's-
there can't be an outcry when they don't know. And in order for them to know, they have to be either given notice, or we have to have a public
Yes, but we
hearing.
haven't had those notices out, and people still find out.
Sometimes, and then a lot of times we get yelled at after the fact, because, hey, I didn't know, why did you guys do this, why didn't you let me know?
I think that's happened once since
Yeah.
I've been on the commission, that I remember.
When did that happen?
When does that happen?
It happened tonight. I just got a text from one of our residents that couldn't believe that the 61 Bluff was on the agenda tonight, because he was a neighbor and didn't have any idea. During this meeting, I get that text. Oh, it happens pretty often.
Well, let Adam make the threat.
Right, I'm sorry,
Let
yeah.
Adam make the threat.
I don't think that we'll ever have to do it.
Well, but then the whole commission has to approve that we have a public hearing.
Not the whole commission, the committee.
The committee, but Joe, what I am concerned about is that people have been saying this. I mean, I've only been on the commission, less than a year. I have heard this from so many people. Who are you hearing it from that this is not a valid concern that people have? I've talked to common council members, I've talked to the mayor, I've talked to developers who don't think it's a big deal, I've talked to people who live in those communities, yet you're holding on to this notion that sending out $5 postcards is a burden to a builder or a homeowner? So that we don't have transparency?
It's a ship on the block, sorry.
All right, well, we know our opinions.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
The motion was moved by,
I move the motion, I don't know who seconded the motion.
who was
I
Mike?
have Sumter down a second in the motion.
Okay.
Do you want to call for a
1, 2, 3,
vote?
4, 5, 6, 7. Call the question.
All right, motion to call the question is not debatable. All in favor of calling the question?
Aye. This is to take a vote.
Okay, and then we have to vote. Mr. Green, call the roll, please.
Joseph Santo,
No.
Adam Blank,
Yes.
Linda Cruff,
Yes.
Nathan Sumter,
Yes.
Nora King,
Yes.
Emily Wilson,
Yes.
and Michael O'Reilly.
No.
The motion carries 5.